What is your self-talk like? Right now we're coming down the stairs from the gym that I go to, which is inside a shopping centre here in Istanbul, Turkey. The reason I ask you what your self-talk is like is because everything that you want first starts off in mind. Everything that you see around, these shoes, this store, was first created with a thought. The designer said, let's create this building. Then they believe they can do it. Then they went ahead and done it. But for that to come about, you need discipline. Because most of the time when you start something, you want to create something you've never done before, you're not going to know exactly how to do it. And that's why you need to have extreme discipline to continue doing the things that you don't feel like doing, but you know you have to do. This is the difference. People who are not disciplined do what they feel like doing. And once you become disciplined, you do what you have to do. And this is the importance. Many people believe that everything I have to do, it has to feel natural. It has to feel easy. The moment it feels hard, they get frustrated and they give up. It's not meant to be easy. What you're doing already is easy. You making all those poor choices, that's easy. But look where that's leaving you, which is why you don't live a life of purpose. Because living a life of purpose is doing everything that is hardest to you. And when you come out on the other side of it, what do you feel? You feel proud, you feel capable, because you realize, I didn't die. What else can I do? And that keeps you going, which is why your self-talk is everything. How are you speaking to yourself in those moments, in the times when things get hard? Are you saying, why is this happening to me? Or understanding that this is happening for me? This is your guide. Fear. And when things get difficult, it's trying to teach you something. There's a reason why it's hard, because you've never gone through it. What are you learning from that moment? To become disciplined is a daily choice. It's the bridge between where you are now and where you want to get to. It doesn't matter what you want to do. Whether it's to start that business, whether it's grow on social media, whether it's get in shape. The reason you don't have it is because you haven't applied discipline. Yes, you have this idea. Yes, you feel motivated, but you're not going to get there just on pure motivation, because pure motivation fades. That's why motivation gets you started and discipline gets you finished. Now the question, as the title of this video suggests, how do you become disciplined? Understand that discipline is a choice that you make every single day. It is a choice. It's not some magic keyword. It's not some hack that's going to make everything go easier. No, you're always going to feel pain. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. Suffering is still making those poor choices that feel easy in that moment, but leave you with regret. And that's how you live a purposeful life. Just making sure you don't live with regret, making sure you don't live with guilt. And how do you do that? By making sure that every action that you take is aligned with that vision that you have. It's not always going to feel easy. Today I didn't want to record this video. This week has been a stage where everything feels quite monotonous, but guess what? We still keep on taking action, because you realize that at the end of it, you need bad sessions, a few bad sessions, then eventually you have that good session that makes all of those bad sessions worth it. But you needed to have those bad sessions to be able to get to that point, which is the point I'm trying to make for you guys. So what I was trying to say is, it's a daily choice. You need system to fall back on, because when you feel upset, when you feel emotional, when things aren't going your way, when you have to do the task, you start to negotiate. You start to create these excuses, and all you're doing is you're negotiating with yourself out of what you're meant to be doing. You know what you have to do, but between stimulus and response, as you try to convince yourself to why you're not going to do it, and the excuses, they're so valid, but you end up creating excuses out of nowhere, which is why you have to fall back onto your systems. Systems are things that you do without you thinking, is the action that's going to get you there. And that's why I tell you, you have to practice gratitude every single day, because the only reason you get frustrated, the only reason you stop taking action is because you allow doubt to grow into your mind, because you have this fear, or this expectation that, oh, I don't have this by the time that I thought so, I don't know I'm going to get it. You eventually stop taking action. That's why you have to practice the law of detachment. The law of detachment is understanding that you will get it as long as you keep on doing the things, as long as you keep on refining, and you don't need to expect when the result is coming. You want it, right? If you don't have it, you keep on going. And again, discipline is what's taking you there. So going back to the point, and I'm going to give you the daily process that you need to become a disciplined person. You need to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. Wake up at an uncomfortable time. Now, you might be saying, why do I have to do that? There's no point. This is so silly. You're not going to get anything from 5 a.m. True. You don't get anything from 5 a.m. But you know what you get out of it? You get self-control. And this is what most of you lack. No one likes waking up early. There's no point of waking up early. But guess what? The action of doing it, it teaches you to do things that you don't feel like doing. And then that will translate into something else. Then you go into self-development. You invest so much time into work, you invest so much time into everything else, but when was the last time you invested in you? How do you expect to be good at anything else external if you're not even good at being yourself? So once you invest time in yourself, go to the gym, start training, get into the best shape that you can possibly be. When you look in the mirror, are you proud of the person that you see? Because if you have doubts in your mind that you are living in consequence of your choices, which 99% of the time you are, once you look at yourself in the mirror and you are proud of the person, then you no longer have doubts of self. Now when you go to do the thing, whether it be starting that business, getting in shape, starting your social media presence, well, you no longer be filled with self-doubt. When things don't go your way, you realize this is my way. What am I learning from this? Straight into that. Then you go into taking the action aligned to move the needle with that goal that you want. Content creation, that business, you know what you have to do. It doesn't have to be a perfect action, but an action is better than no action. And then from there you refine. These are the systems that you fall back on, because what ends up happening, you have no system. Or occasionally you take action, occasionally you don't take action, and that's going to take you nowhere, because you end up expending all of this energy. And then when you feel motivated, you take action. When you don't feel motivated, you don't take action. So there is no actual progress. That's why I told you guys, emotions are temporary, actions compound. So where are your actions compounding? No action is an action. What are you choosing every single day? Whatever you choose, wherever your focus goes, that will grow. Are you feeding your doubts? Are you feeding your insecurities? What are you choosing to feed? And it becomes evident with your reality. It becomes evident with the way that you think, which is why we say to you that first you have to prime the mind, and then the action will come about. Me wanting to record this video, I had to have thought of me doing it and then go ahead to record it. For me to have created my platform of 600,000 followers, I first have to believe that I could get it, because in the moment when I first started, I did not see the followers, I did not see the traction, but I believed in my mind that I could. So I only fell back to the systems of making sure I validated myself with the thing that got me the result. That's why you need a desire. The desire is that thing that you want, is the thing that you're going to apply discipline to. But most of you guys need to realize that you are disciplined. You just need to give yourself enough reason. You most likely go to a job that you hate, you go to this 9 to 5, and you show up every single day, whether you feel like it, whether you don't feel like it, sick or tired. Why? Because you have a reason, you want to get paid. So now you need to ask yourself, what's the reason to why I started? Because most of the time you guys give up because of the way that you feel, and then after you feel frustrated because then that feeling comes back, that reason comes up, and then that reason comes back and then you feel frustrated because, oh, now I want this again, so you start again. Hold on to that reason. The same way you hold on to that reason of getting paid at work and makes you go to work, hold on to that reason of you taking that uncomfortable action, which at the time it feels uncomfortable, but there's a reason to why you do it. You don't see the result now, but eventually with time, with refinement, you'll see that. So I want to share that with you guys, because today I didn't feel like recording this video, but guess what, here we are today. We're doing this video for you guys. This is what discipline is, doing what you're meant to do, not what you feel like doing. Right now we're walking the streets of Istanbul, Turkey. Here we have it, sweet place. If this was beneficial